Welcome to Ada's Reading Corner. Hi, I'm Ada, your storyteller. Let's share the joy of reading and embrace the power of imagination, one enchanting story at a time. So visit with me on my YouTube channel and let the magic begin. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for notifications of new stories. Layla, the Last Black Unicorn, written by Tiffany Haddish and illustrated by Jessica Gibson. Layla loved the summertime in the overlooked woods. She loved having nothing to do but explore every nook and cranny of the forest. Along with her friends Gwendolyn Goblin, Olivia Fairy, and Celia the cat, Layla would spend her days searching the highest branches of the mumsin trees for the sweetest hanging fruit, chasing sprites until she was too tired to move, and exploring every twist and turn in Melvin's Montour maze. But at this summer's end, things were different. As soon as the first leaf fell, Layla knew it was time to start going to school. Layla lived in the heart of the forest with Trevin Troll. Trevin had watched over her and cared for her since Layla was barely old enough to trot on her own. He was kind and silly and had a laugh that could shake the clouds. "Do I really have to go to school tomorrow?" Layla asked Trevin as he tucked her in for the night. "Everybody has to go to school, Layla. It's nothing to be scared of. It's where you start to show the world how truly special you are." "But I'm not ready," Layla argued. "Yes, you are," Trevin said, smiling as he tickled her behind her ear. "Trust me, she's ready." The next morning, Layla put on a brave smile as she first stepped through the grand gates of Unicornia. As she peered into the main courtyard, she thought she was in a dream. There were unicorns everywhere. On the blacktop, a group of unicorns were playing hornball while they waited for the first bell to ring. "That's a twofer, Peachy Pink," a blue unicorn said. "No way, Babsy," a rose-colored unicorn shot back. "It's totally missed, so it's a dunkster. You lose a turn." Babsy seemed to know her friend was right, so she lowered her horn and stepped out of the circle. The ball started to whiz around again as one unicorn after another slapped, whapped, and kicked it. Layla tried to keep up with the action, but it was all moving too fast. That said, the game did look like a lot of fun, so when the ball skipped out and rolled over to her, Layla tried to throw it back. But pop, she popped the ball with her unicorn. "Hey, newbie, you just wrecked the game," Babsy said. "It was an accident," Layla tried to explain. "I didn't know the rules. We don't play hornball in Overlook Woods." Unfortunately for Layla, things did not get much better from there. She got lost on the way to her homeroom. She had no one to eat with at lunch and sat in someone's chewing gum during recess. If this was her showing off how special she was, Layla would just as soon have hidden behind a mumsin tree for the rest of eternity. But she knew she had to go back again the next day, and she was determined to find a way to fit in. Layla asked her friend Olivia Fairy to do her mane, so it was awesome all over. Gwendolyn Goblin showered glitter around her legs and hooves, and Celia Cat made bows out of leaves and beads out of the beetles. "Now she's ready," Layla sang as she danced a little dance. But when Layla stepped off the bus the next morning, Babsy Baby Blue took one look at her and said, "Oh my, bows and beads and bangles and glitter? This girl is so very woodsy." By the third day, Layla didn't want to go back to school at all. Finally, Trevor knocked on her bedroom door. "You're going to be late, Layla." "I'm not going," Layla shouted back. "I hate Unicornia. Everyone there calls me Woodsy." "Woodsy?" Trevin laughed that wonderful honking laugh of his. If I had an ingot for every time someone called me woodsy, I'd be one rich troll." Layla buried her head farther under the pillow. "They just don't know how special you are yet, Layla. Just be ready, and I promise your time to shine will come." Later at the bus stop, Layla imagined herself having Trevin on one shoulder, Gwendolyn on the other, and placed Olivia and Celia in her heart. No matter how mean the other unicorns were, no one could take away what she had inside. That day, Mrs. Carrolson arranged a walking field trip into the Fiddle-Dee Deep Forest. Mrs. Carrolson partnered with Layla as they wandered into the woods, but she was so busy looking at her compass, cantankering along, talking about the beauties of the world around them, that she didn't notice there was a large patch of devil's shoestrings and ouchy-wouchy shrub right in front of her. "Oh, my dearie," Mrs. Carrolson cried. "Bubbly shocks and fiddly hocks, my foot is trapped." "It's the shrub, Mrs. Carrolson," Layla said, running over to the whispering willow tree. "I know how to get it to let go." Layla gave a branch to each unicorn. "Now do what I do," she told the class. "Tickle the ouchy-wouchy shrub. Tickle the plant?" Babsy exclaimed. "Seriously?" "It's the only way. Nothing can hurt you while it's laughing." And much to the whole class amazement, it worked. Mrs. Carrolson got up and dusted herself off, but when she bent down to get the things she'd dropped, she cried out, "Oh dear, no! My compass is broken." "Don't worry, Miss Carrolson. I grew up in these woods. We don't need a compass to find our way." But suddenly a huge thud shook the ground, and the woods around them grew dark. "I'm scared," Babsy Baby Blue shuddered as the unicorns all clustered together. "I don't like the dark." "Oh, you guys, there's nothing to fear," Layla told them as she turned around. "That's just Melvin Minotaur. We must have accidentally wandered near the entrance of his maze." "Hey, Layla." "Hey, Melvin," Layla smiled. "We're a little lost. Can you help us find our way back to school?" "It'll be my pleasure," Melvin told her, before turning to the rest of the unicorns. "And you know, I used to be scared of the dark, too, before I met Layla, that is. Then I learned when something's black, it's really just where all the colors meet." When they got back to school, Mrs. Tulip, the principal, was waiting for them. "Layla, you're a hero," she exclaimed. "Nah," Layla exclaimed and smiled. "It's just how I am." "She's ready," she told her teacher as she did her little dance. "She's ready. She's ready." The end of Layla, the Last Black Unicorn, written by Tiffany Haddish. Thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed the story, then go ahead and hit that like button for me. And subscribe to my channel for notification of new stories.